Hi everyone, Barbara here. Today we're talking about employee management apps and we're focusing on one called Connecteam. So here I am in the Connecteam app, and as you can see, the overview has everything we need to be able to keep track of all of your deskless staff members who might be in various different locations, whether it's in a truck or it's in a coffee shop, wandering around, serving in various different places. Maybe you have a home care business. So this is a great app to be able to keep track of all your employees and where they are. So we'll go through some of the functionality here. The first thing that's right at the top, because this is what we use all the time, is chat, sending out messages and communicating across all the different employees, making sure that they're really connecting with each other and up to speed on everything that's going on. As well as you as a business owner can send information out to them that you want everybody to get. So this is more push information that's going to everybody. You're not asking for anybody to respond. I sent something out here about tips for family and friends and to keep safe from the flu. I'll show you how I did that. We'll just edit this one. So this is how I put it in here, but I can change the background on it. I can make it something to be able to help it. And then I can also change what I have in there. So this is a template that I use, but you can actually put something that's your own material in there. And of course, you can save it as a template. You can send it out to just all current group members. It depends on what group you want to use. So this is really good information to be able to communicate with all of your employees. As well as you can get a list, a directory of all of them, see who you have as your list of your employees. You could build your own knowledge base. Now, I haven't done this yet, but this is a really nice library to be able to have. Turn that video off, where you could put all of your policies and your SOP, because remember, your employees are going to have this on their phone. And being able to have them easily reference, what am I supposed to do when this happens? Then you have it listed there, all of your policies, guides, anything that you need for them to be able to do their job well. Connecteam has a great help desk, and you are able to get in touch with anybody whenever you need it. So that's the tab for that. So time tracking. This is something not everybody likes to do, but it's very important that you do this you have your employees do it. This is where we're going to be putting in, two things. First, you're going to be able to see who has tracked their time. So as you can see that I put some time in here on my project, and I can get some details on when I did it and how long I did it. So here is myself, and I am now going to put in some time tracking. So I acted on project, we already did project A. So let's do worksite A. Let's say I started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I finished at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And so that time is now going to show. Now I'm not going to prove it yet, because if I go to approve it, I haven't submitted my timesheet yet, so I can't do that, but we can at least get the time tracked in there. And you'll be able to see that I have my time logged, and I know you'll be able to, as the business owner, be able to see what your employees are up to, and then you'll be able to match it up against your timesheets and payroll. The other thing that's nice about Connecteam is the ability to put in forms. So I have an example in here of a workflow example that I put in. So let's actually do a different one. So let's go back to forms. Let's create a brand new one. We're going to use a template. And I want to put in one, this is something very important, an incident report. So this is in case something happens. Let's say you have employees that are working in people's homes and they're helping out people who have illnesses, and one of them falls. This is where it's really important to be able to file an incident report, and it's really nice to be able to have it on their phone so they can do it right away. Much better than having to log into a computer. So let's say it happened today, and it happened at 3:30. It was an injury. Person fell, tripped over a corner, and it happened at home let's just put home visit. It was fairly severe. You could put an image of what happened. Were there any witnesses? Yes. You could put daughter. Have you noticed management? Um, yes. And then you want to sign it. Then you can send that incident report out, and you as the business owner and your staff will be able to, you'll get a notification with it right away. So that's what forms are. Let's create a different one. Let's do something different. So let's do employee disciplinary form. So we're going to put in the name of the employee. And I'm going to put myself in as the manager, and we're going to say that they were late and we gave them a warning. Showed up late twice this week. Elaborate my trust was to get to work on time. Maybe not get. Arrive to work on time. We're going to sign that, and we're going to be able to send it. So that's how forms work. You can put in your own, I just use templates, but you can start from scratch and put in whatever you'd like to have in there. They also have an AI generated, this is in a beta form, so I haven't tried this out yet, but you'd be able to put that in as well. And you could take something that you have and put it in there. Okay, so we've done forms. Let's go to job scheduling. So I've created a schedule in here. Easy to do. So I've just added some shifts in. So I'm going to call this morning shift. And we have it set. Let's even do earlier than that. So let's do a 8 a.m. shift, or maybe even a 7:30 shift. And let's have it go till 4. And what's nice is it can calculate your time, how long that shift is for you automatically. And we're going to put it in at the worksite A. And then we're going to assign myself to it and publish that on there. So easy. You'll be able to do that super, super easy. Okay, quick tasks, or we want to put in a task that you need somebody to be able to do. So let's say clean up storeroom. Oops, storeroom. And you'll be able to assign it to somebody and then publish your task. So it's nice being able to have all those. You can also separate them by days. You can see when the tasks have actually been assigned, or you have the list listed out there. And let's see what else we're going to do. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about pricing, because so that's how Connecteam works. So we've covered chat, how to send updates out to everybody, the directory of everybody, how to build a knowledge base. We've talked about time clocking, forms, custom forms, bringing in your own forms, and we've talked about scheduling and tasks. So those are all really straightforward. Before I get to pricing though, I do want to show the HR section. This is where you can actually put in some of your own courses that you could add your own training courses in. This is an add-on, so you do have to pay extra for that. Rewards. This is where you can give your employees, so it's an incentivized system. You can send a token to each other, or you can send a token to somebody to say, hey, you're doing a great job. Well, I'm going to send a token to me. I'm going to send myself 50 tokens, or I should say the manager is going to send their staff member 50 tokens. And, oh, I don't have 50 tokens left. Let's see if I can do 10. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me show you how it works. Is that I gave myself 10 tokens earlier, and it looks like I only have 5 left. So once again, you'd have to purchase those if you have. I have the free plan, which we're going to talk about in a minute. You're able to put documents in here. You can use this as your central storage. So if you have a SharePoint or Google Docs, you can use this instead to put everything related to HR. So you have it in one place. That's really nice. You can call out recognitions of your employees and help with that employee engagement. You also can call out people's birthdays. So I put a birthday in here. This isn't my real birthday, but I did put this in here that today is my birthday, which it's not, but you can send a message and celebrate it and pass it on to everybody so everybody knows. Time off, very important. This is where you would put in, adding in what day people want to take off. So I want to take, let's say, I want to take a day off, and I'm going to put in that I'm going to take tomorrow off, and I have a graduation to go to. We're going to add our time off. So that's how Connecteam works. And I do want to talk about pricing because we saw that during the tokens that you have to do if you want an extra plan. But the one thing I find is when you're a small business, the free plan works quite well when you're just getting started out in business. So you have full access to everything. Obviously, I think you have to purchase some extra tokens though. You can use you can have the access for 10 users, and it's free. So that's really, really nice. Now, the other ones are still very reasonable, where you have, let's put up those for you so you can see that. So small business is free. You can go into operations, communications, and HR and skills, and you can see the pricing goes accordingly. So the basic for operations is $29 per month. It gives you limited access on the communication and limited on the HR and skills, but then you can add that a basic to it for communications and be able to get all of these functionalities. So there's a lot of mix and match that you can do with this. That's really nice. But that said, the free plan works pretty well if you're just getting started. Now, before we finish, I do want to call out that there is an alternative to Connecteam. So we covered Connecteam today, which is a great employee management app, but there is another one called Homebase. And so I've switched screens. Hopefully you can see it. This is Homebase, and this is another way to be able to track your employee. And I'll cover this one just quickly because our main focus, of course, today was on Connecteam. But Homebase is an alternative as well. I find that the user interface of Homebase is easier to navigate. It's also a little cleaner. Personally, I like the colors better, but this is looking at the schedule. So I've put in some shifts in here. Very simple to do. I'll show you how to do one. You would put in a 9 to 5. You'd put the role as a sales associate, and the shift notes arrive. May need, let's just say, may need to stay a little later because there might be some extra cleanup that needs to happen. We can change the color of that too, and we can add that on there. So very simple to do. They have the timesheet functionality. Payroll is available within Homebase. You do have to get that all set up. You'll be able to call your team member, put your teams up. Here's all of our teams that we have, team members we're listing. Same thing as Connecteam. You can use the time off. You can put in your documents, new hire onboarding. Really nice to have that built in there. And so, yeah, this is also, Homebase is also a great alternative for employee management app, especially when you have those folks who are out doing various different locations. That's the way a lot of us have our employees. They're moving in all different places, and this is a much better way to be able to track them. So thank you for your time. I hope that helps, and have a good day.